We've seen independent artists having so much success that it's almost become like a buzzword now. So how did we get here, and why is it easier and easier to be an independent artist? Back in 2017, Chance the Rapper took home Best New Artist for his project Coloring Book at the Grammys, and it seemed to open a door of possibilities. At the time, he was the first streaming-only artist to win at the Grammys, and he took home 3 awards that year. And since then, we've seen independent artists succeed over and over again at the Grammys. We've seen Megan Thee Stallion take home the same award for Best New Artist, and this year we saw Ray nominated as Best New Artist as well. She is an independent artist who famously left the major label system because she didn't like the direction she was going in, and released her debut album, My 21st Century Blues, which was way more up her alley. We've even seen it with huge artists like Frank Ocean who have gone independent, and inspired many other artists to follow the independent route as well. Now, it's all well and good to say you're going to do this, but there's a reason why becoming an independent artist has become feasible. Once upon a time, you had to think about distribution, you had to think about marketing, you had to think about how you were going to get your music to all the different places, but now there is something that does it for you. Basically, with a service like Distrokid, you can get your music onto all the streaming platforms with almost the click of a button. And it's something that has seen major success for many independent artists, including these ones who have gotten over 100 million streams with songs uploaded through Distrokid. And I just think that's really cool because I think we've seen so many stories of kids who have just started off in their bedroom making music and have not really known how to get it out there. And now it's possible to just send it out to the world so easily. And the idea that you could do that and maybe end up on the Grammys stage is not that crazy a story now. And in this video, I'm going to explain to you just how easy it is with a step-by-step guide for how musicians can get their music out there via Distrokid. First step is to sign up. Make your account and then choose which subscription service suits you and the amount of music that you're going to be releasing. Once you've done that, you're already in. And as you can see here, it's time to upload the music. Once you're in, you click Upload Music, then you'll get a screen to add your contact information. I'm not going to show you which password I'm putting in. Add some very simple contact information. Once you've done that, you're ready to upload your music. Click Continue to upload music, and then you have all the services that you can get your music onto. You've got Spotify, you've got Apple Music, Amazon, iTunes, iHeartRadio. Everything you could possibly imagine is here. Then it's up to deciding how many songs you want to release. Are you just releasing a single, or are you dropping a whole album? How much material have you got to put out? You can choose up to 35 songs to release at one point. Given that I'm not a musician and I don't have any music to release, I'm just gonna do a single song for now. Then put in your artist or band name. I guess if I was making music, it's Pop Sam Cam. Spotify will automatically search, and so will Apple Music, whether that name already exists. If you've already released music on any of the streaming services, you can connect your artist account to it. Otherwise, say no and let this artist journey begin for you. Choose your release date. I'm going to choose today. Then set your language and also your genre. Let's say I'm releasing dance music, but there's also a pop element to it, so I'm putting in pop music as well. And then you choose an album cover. Obviously, this is stuff you've probably already thought of in advance because I'm not releasing an album. I haven't, but I'm adding a picture of me in anyway. Now it's time to name the track. Then you can add featured artists on the track. You can also say whether it's a radio edit or just the normal version of the song. And it will then give you a preview for how this is going to show up in your given streaming platform. Now, this is the most important part. This is where you upload the song. I don't actually have a song to release, so I'm just putting in a random MP3 file so I can show you how this is done. You can then decide whether it's Dolby Atmos or spatial audio. That is something that obviously Apple Music has integrated into its service. And then say whether it's an original song or whether it's a cover song. It's at this point that you then put in the songwriters. I'm the sole songwriter on this fake song that I am uploading. There are no explicit lyrics on it. It is not a radio edit, and it is not an instrumental. You can then decide which part of the song that you want to showcase as the most important part for services like iTunes, but also social media platforms like TikTok, where it becomes very, very important because it's all about getting the right clip for TikTok to send that song viral. The best part of my fake track starts at 3 minutes and 10 seconds, for example. Apple Music will then require the credits for the song, so I'm putting myself in as a performer, and also as the producer of the song. I'm going to use my real name for this one. This is where you get to the extras part of what else that Distrokid offers. For example, you can add the Discovery Pack for 99 cents a year. This will register your song with SoundScan, for example, which is a service that Billboard uses to track streams and sales that contribute to their charts. So if you're expecting this song to hit the Billboard Hot 100, this is what you need to tick. The social media pack is another one that's very important if you are intending to promote your song heavily via social media, because then Distrokid will do the work in terms of collecting revenue. Distrokid will also let you know when your songs have been used in YouTube's, TikToks, things like that. Distrokid is also constantly adding new services to the distribution. So if you want to make sure that your songs are always on the new platforms, you can tick Store Maximizer for $7.95 a year, and Distrokid will make sure that they're constantly putting your song on the freshest services. If you don't know whether you're going to keep your Distrokid subscription going forever, but you want to make sure your songs remain on the platform, you can also tick Leave a Legacy. If you've got a music video, there's an option for that. And then if you're not a professional mixer or masterer, you can click Loudness Normalization, and Distrokid will make sure that the volume of your song is at the right level for the streaming platforms. Then you've got some important checkboxes to make sure that you're doing the right thing and you understand the terms and conditions of Distrokid. And finally, you can preview your release details. This is what mine is going to look like. I've put it as release ASAP. Then Distrokid will let you know when it hits all of the platforms. I'm not going to click done as this song doesn't exist, but you should click done. Once you've done that, there's a bunch of other cool features that you can explore, like the Spotify Canvas generator, where you can use royalty-free videos to add to your songs on Spotify to just liven up the experience a little bit for your listener. There's so much to explore on Distrokid. I recommend that you create your account, go through this process, and then see what else it has to offer as your music makes its way out into the world to millions and millions of people. I obviously love listening to music by independent artists, and I love seeing the success stories on platforms like this. If you use it, let me know in the comments. Let me know your song so I can check it out on these platforms for myself. You can sign up using my VIP referral code, which I will drop just down below. And hit me up on my social media platforms. Let me know how you go using Distrokid, and if you have any further comments.